So now everything's set perfectly. I had to restart the stream because some settings were kind of wrong, but now we're back at it. So closing this here. Giving my option Vista some more space here as well. I need to drag this over a bit here. Still got 10 minutes till they open, so should be fine. Should still have time. Alright, this is good. Now let's see if you guys can see my times and sales. No, you can't. Gonna have to make myself a little bit smaller here. So now we're good. Now we're good. Now you guys see everything. I see everything. Okay. 12 seems to be holding for now, so we had a top tick here. I'm signing off. But I gotta get my levels first for the day. Can't trade without them because I don't want to hit it at weird spots. So these were yesterday's levels. Need a Ollie. So this also no longer good. Actually, so I'm keeping this level. Adjusting this a bit. So then we can definitely do another line here. Almost hit it today. If we rally real hard, like, but very unlikely though, here is maybe interesting. Obviously, also 55, so 56, so we have the point of control. But since we opened here, like, I don't see it super likely. We opened at night here, so this would be almost 100-point candle. I mean, it's not impossible, but still far right off. Then we have here the FOMC low, which also might be interesting. I think we do opened overnight with a slight gap, so I know this one I checked in the morning. So we opened as we closed here, and we opened here limit up. So gaps in the future market are very rare because they are open 23 hours. So I kind of want to be aware of them, you know. And if we just look at the daily volume profile, so without yesterday's close, just from around here. So we have a low node at 97, 98. We bounced off it here. Around 98 would be kind of interesting place. We do have here this kind of bell curve here, and we do have this bell curve here, which has the bottom. Touch the bottom around here. So 85. So around 85 might also be. And we would grab the stops below here as well. And then obviously right now the pre-market high. But this is more like interesting area in general. So like if you guys watch me regularly, this is just for me like to, how should I say it? I primarily look DOM only and scalp, you know. So I don't really pay that much attention. I don't really pay that much attention to candlesticks and stuff, but I do pay attention to where we're at price. And also I want to get better at higher time frame analysis and hitting on good spots, you know, not just hitting randomly, because I see some. I want to get better at it eventually. I think it will improve my trading a lot, but yeah, just like I said, it's still still not still not that important. Okay. So I have 4 minutes till the open, so everything is fine. If we look here, we have a low node at 950, 10-ish pretty much, 950, 10, which might be interesting. So we're trading, since I restarted the DOM, trading inside this bell curve. You know, I love those bell curves. Let's see what price does. I'm not gonna trade take any trades before the open. I'm also not gonna, probably not gonna take it right when we open a trade, you know. But, yeah, unless I see something like outstanding or something like that, that's really clear to me. I wanna be aware of the bigger buyers and sellers. I do think 3 minutes till the open, we see like in the 1175s, even the 1150, even really big sellers hit into it. It seems like they want to get it. They're interested in selling it here, but you see the bid is still strong, so the limit bid is still strong. They didn't even like flushed it down, even though they dropped 200 contracts in pre-market, which usually moves the market quite a bit. If you look at the market is a little bit thinner in pre-market. Also, what's interesting here, I don't like paying that much attention to sitting limit orders, although you gotta say here you got 240, 201, and 300. So usually when you see limit orders sit and there, then price wanna move to the liquidity and grab them, you know. But and probably just take them and go. But if they're split up like this, it's also very often that really big buyers are splitting up their orders here, you know, because they want to get a fill on in case we pop. So if there would be just one, anyways, gotta stop talking so much and paying actual attention now. We see big buyers hit. 200 lots were hit here at the top. Does to me seem like they want to break this. We see mid-size. As we do see mid-size though heavily selling, but they're not really moving it down, so the bid is strong. Kind of looks like we want to break and pop the open. Yeah. But like I said, discipline and patience praise. I said I'm not going to take any trades before the open. That's pretty much why. So big sellers are really hitting and committing here. Now big buyers are committing. Can we stay above this bell curve? Yes, we do. For now, at least. Nothing big on the tape. We see big sellers hit, but they didn't push price down. Bid is very strong, so the passive buying here is strong. They're holding the 13s. Now sellers are pushing through. The bid is falling in a bit. Still think we get at least one pop, you know. Then it's the question what happens. But for me, it seems like we want to at least pop here one time. Bid is strong. Are we popping? Do we see follow through on the buyers? Yes, we see it. Yeah, shit, we should have marked some levels closer to where we want to go here. That was already a nice pop here. We are running higher. We saw a low node here. Right now we're just pushing higher. Don't want to chase this though, I don't have edge here. No real place to put a stop, like, yeah, I'm not chasing this. Here's interesting, so 1950, if we break 1950, I might look for, convincingly, I might look for, as in if we come down far, I might look for a, now we see 1915 trade, and also got hit. Not really a breakthrough, so we just traded 1925 for a bid. So this is still, to me, it's respecting this low node here. So we could still be going higher. I really wanted to break below and then retest it and fail in order to short here. Don't like to long it here because we could just fall in. Could just be they wanna fill up some size. No, I'm shorting. I wanna get in here. Oh, fuck. I somehow I'm gonna that was bad. So I was kind of stressed because I didn't have my OCO out of set. Don't know why. Should be set. Can we break it? Do we see big buying continuing? Mid-size hits. Mid-size is hitting. Yeah, now it's automatic. Oh shit, I'm wrong here. Trying to cut it. Now we see some big bars hit again. And also we tested 1750s like twice now. We do see starting to see bigger buyers commit again here in the 80s. So they might want to go for another push higher. But I'd love to see it to enter this long. I'd love to see it break 1950. 1950, retrace one more time to 1950, and then go. So I think 1950 is now like an interesting point here. Because if we can't break it here, we could just be falling through this into the 15s again, and I'm gonna risk it. I would have to risk a full stop on it. Gonna stay patient here. I want to see it break 1950. Oh, yeah. 1 second. Now we broke it. Now we broke 1950, so we might be in for another push higher. We still see big sellers hit here. I'm longing. I'm out here for break even. Out for break even. So maybe could have stayed in it as well, but it wasn't my plan. So I wanted to push through 19250, hold above it, and then go. And it didn't, so it traded close to my stop. But that's why I take these trades like here, for example, because then it's gonna, even if I'm wrong, it's gonna go back to the mean one time before going lower, and then I can still exit it on break even most of the time. So we are trading nicely inside this bell curve. If we look here in the first, second, third, breaking out. Now we're breaking out. Trade out. Fuck this. I'll turn this off and just use this chart. I want to give this a shot. It's so much better. Just like that. Yeah, we have some big size hit here. So we have a low noted area here. Gotta trust a little bit more in my trades, to be honest, today. Just going up here pretty much convincingly about it. We do see sellers hit though. I'm hitting the, as I'm trying to get a feel here. Bullshit. Still have them. That's interesting now. But there's still no change in trend or anything like that, which is just going higher. That's very aggressive move though. We do see big sellers really trying to hit here, but the limit bid is kind of strong, so we still have an extremely strong now we see for the first time a little push down. Maybe, but it's still not worth shorting here in my opinion. The bid is too strong for me. So if we had a little bit of a weaker limit bid here on the bid, so I'd be willing to short, but not with this. It's like you don't really have that much potential to have it like really flush down and fall in if they're just absorbing everything. We do see some aggressive bidding again in the top, but the offer kind of holds here as well. We see some bigger size also selling into it, so the 2750s. but they're just taking it on the bid here. Now some real size hit, but they immediately pushed it up again. You saw this size here, he dropped like 300-400 lots, but just got absorbed on the bid. You still can't short this really. We're still going up. You don't want to long it either, because what you see very often on these moves when they're just climbing up, you see all of the sudden like really quick pulling on the bid. Now the peak is getting a little bit weaker. Now we could maybe look to short the 27s here. Trying to get a short fill here. I'm still okay with getting filled here. Not long okay with getting filled. If we come up now, it's probably gonna go further. Just a little bit too slow here again, once again. Now they're aggressively selling it down now. Big size also. But it's not flushing. That's what's kind of interesting. So they're just like grinding it lower here. They're absorbing on the offer and hitting big size down. But we don't see any big buyers. So now the big buyers come back. Now's the question, obviously, if they just run it all the way up again. So 2750 area is interesting for me, at least here. This low node was also potential short zone. Here's I'm trying. I don't want to see trade above 2750. I'm out. I don't like the bias here. That's why I exited the trade. I don't like this. So when I see this like here, especially in an uptrend, big bias still committing, I'm pulling the trade. Now we're going up, even though big sellers hit. That's also like, yeah, kind of interesting. We can't stay. The 2750. We have a hard time staying above it. Now we're breaking out here again. If you look on the downtrend channel here. Are we double topping here, or that's the question? Did we? Are we breaking out or? The thing is the bid is absorbing very strong, so we see big sellers hit the top again. Looks like we're breaking out to me, to be honest. $800 lots here. Now again, below 2750. Solid bottom tick here. Now we're at the bottom of this bell curve again. I think this is kind of the last attempt here for the buyers to push this. I just can't. They're gonna keep on getting rejected here. It was a bad entry. Well, it was really a bad entry. Should have entered at 2750-ish. Yeah. Good. So we're in the green again. But wasn't bad. So the entry was not the best. Could have waited or got in like 2 or 3 ticks higher, but it's okay. An iceberg is building here. I'm joining this iceberg. Trying to get a fill here in this iceberg. See the iceberg order here, but you see iceberg versus iceberg. I'm gonna put this here. So iceberg order versus iceberg order. Who's gonna win? Sellers won. You don't see follow through. Now you see follow through. Oh shit. Oh. Okay. That's a rare thing on the S actually. So like really an iceberg versus an iceberg here. Kinda interesting to see. The icebergs fighting each other. Now we again. That's where this iceberg was sitting earlier. So another possible short entry here. But I usually I don't like to trust it if it comes man. Sure, maybe would have been a good place to short, but anyways. I don't have so much here. I don't. Hey, welcome. Thanks you for the good luck. So this is the next interesting area here. So we have a skip price, low noted area here, 2250. So if we're gonna pop through here, it's gonna get ugly. Lots of stops here probably. I would see. Do we respect it? Or like are we just, because if we're going through, we probably trade down into the 80s again, 18s again. But yeah, for now it seems to kind of hold, but usually you don't want to see it stall here around these low noted areas. You want to see it like bam, you know, bounce off them, because if you don't see a bounce in this low noted prices, and it fills up. Usually you see, well, more often than not, you see it break. This is actually what you want to see in the slow noted area. So for now, it's kind of looking like it wants to hold. But again, remember we had like here this iceberg on in the 25. So I'd be careful with longing being below 25. So the 25s are still this huge resistance here. Well, on the flip side, also probably lots of stops here. So if we break it, like probably going to the top of the range again. For me personally, I don't think this is gonna hold here right now, so I'm tempting to look for a short entry here. Because we just traded too long around this bell, also around this low. Even though now we see big buyers commit. Okay, now it's a question if they can break 25s. So if they can break it, let's see if they can break it. The iceberg is still here. The iceberg is still sitting here. He already defended here 4,000 contracts. Still here, the iceberg. Someone is just, look at this. It's just not breaking. So many buyers stuck here. Also really big buyers hitting into it as well, but they just can't break it. 6,000 contracts traded already. 6,200 here. See, 180 lots dropped into it. I mean, look at this. This is straight up craziness. So many buyers stuck here now. I'm not taking my money and running. So the defense on the 25s is like really insane. So now we're trading again up to it. Now it broke. Now the iceberg here broke. And we don't see aggressive selling here. Thing is, I think a lot of people have joined this iceberg, you know, of retail traders as well. And you're probably all gonna have to stop here. So if we break now, yeah, it's gonna be a ripperoni. So I'm tempting to long this. Really tempting to long this now. But if the okay, it's getting more and more interesting. The 29s. The 29s is still getting hit hard. Bid is also strong. So where we're going to very broken big volume. So usually when you see something break on this, you know, we're in for a second push. Because those kind of market movers and orders are usually not wrong. But we could always fall back in as well. But I would not short here. So shorting here might not be the best idea right now. Because the guys who hit here, you know, with this size, are probably also willing to buy here on the bid side. Yeah, and then hit again, just like this. I'm willing to hit here. Don't like to see it fall in like that. I'm out. Okay, I was wrong. When you're wrong, you just cut it immediately and move on. It's trading. Can't always be right. Also, we're approaching from 10 o'clock now. Very often 10 o'clock is like time where we have the market turn around. So also worth noting. Then reject hard again here. Trying to get in short. Whoa! Ah! Some guys are just really dropping size here. You see this breaking. Good. At least made some of it back here. Kind of mad at myself. That he was right here. This cell was bad. So this card was okay. We just fell in, but I don't know. Hard to tell here. They're just speeding it up for now. Fuck's sake. They are just speeding it up. It is still absorbing here. Mid-size is also still hitting here, so still not really willing to short here. That's interesting. So we didn't get a pop even though we had some big buyers hit here. Now we have big sellers hit. I'm trying. This. It was a first change in in pace here, not going for much, so this shouldn't, it's not gonna be full on. But I wanna see it fall back a little bit, so like here, probably, if we fall. Yeah. Good one. So we had the first kind of change, in the tape. So we had, for the first time here, we had the always up till this point, we had when the bias hit, we had a little pop, 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 pop from the top. This is so. They gotta go. So each time the bias hit, we had them pop up, pop up, pop up, pop up, and now for the first time it was no longer a pop. It was the buyer hit, but we stalled. The buyer hit, we stalled. Just one tick, So that's what's kind of changed here. We're very overextended as well. And then we also see some bigger sellers hit for the first time, really, in a while. So it indicated to me that it's at least possible to get a short-term correction. That's also why I entered it short here. Now we're approaching the highs again. And here the take profit just made sense because here was the low noded area. Get a hard rejection off the top. Might be additional confirmation for the sellers here. Trying to get a fill on the short side. Okay, should have exited here when we were stalling. I wanted to get a limit exit. Was kind of greedy. Should have exited market. Would have gotten 2 or 3 more ticks.
Warum hast du wieder 2 Orders gesetzt?
Habe ich nicht.
Doch, was?
Nein, es war Take Profit. Das ist mein Ding, das ist das Entschließ. Ich wollte Limit schließen, aber dann habe ich ihn. Gut. Ich bin ich nicht so zaghaft.
Wer hat kommentiert?
No, was ich nicht kennt. So we're approaching the highs again. We do have bigger bias hit here, so I'm not shorting now. So I think earlier the shorts were okay and a okay decision to make because we haven't seen any big bias hit anymore. But right now we have again big bias hitting the top. So they might also be sitting here on the bids. And yeah, they probably wanna break it. Ich glaube, ich muss andere Seite mit dem Bild ist. We do see big sellers now commit as well. Yeah, we do see it falling. Looks more and more like a top for me. Good short here. But I'm kinda late. And I don't want to risk that big of a stop if I'm wrong. So I don't want to short at the lows because I can't get out at break even if I'm wrong. The trade comes straight against me. Here you could short it theoretically. Trying to get a short fill here. Don't want to see the trade above here. Or I'm out. Don't want to see it. Big bias hit. Or not. Out for a small loss here. Na, bestimmt.
Ja, aber du gibst es wieder her.
Ja, aber das waren nur $40.
Ja, trotzdem.
Ja, Schatz.
Du zahlst doch Commissions.
Yeah. Out for a small loss, it was the right decision to go out because you see it pop now. So I really didn't want to see it trade above here for the short, you know. So that's why I cut the trade immediately again. So once we traded above here, I kind of, and then we were starting to hold as well. So I kind of know I was wrong. Even though it still looks like a top, but for me and my style, it just didn't make sense to hold this trade. I want to be in and out quick. So here we're at the top of the bell curve. We don't see any big, now we see big sellers hit. More big sellers hit. Interested in a short again. Just not here at the very bottom. I want to see it trade 45s and fail in order to short here. I don't think if I get the chance. So we traded 40. I want to see what happens at 45. Push it or go immediately. Offer again. We're still in the bid. No one is hitting aggressively from the sellers at 45s. Now we're hitting. But the buyer just took the big order. Shit, here. I'm shorting this once again here. For flush down. I want to get out on the flush. Putting it to 37.50 as a target. I think if we get a flush, it's probably gonna go there. I want to see that flush. I want to be out on the flush down. Why is my fucking DOM so slow? I'm lagging like crazy. I am lagging again. Jesus. Give me a second. We'll have to try something here. No, it's going fast. Okay, anyways, whatever. I don't know why it lagged here. Yeah, good thing I got out. I really would have loved to see it flush one time and then get out on the flush down, but since it didn't flush, yeah, I was out. Anyways. We see some big volume sit here, so now it's the question if this is getting hit. So buyers could hit if they would want to, but now they're hitting it. Now they're hitting it. This usually means breakout to the upside. Could long here, but Where did they hit? The 35 stayed at 35. Trying to get filled here. 35.50. We do get filled. Moving stop to break even. I want to see it break or this trade line idea is wrong. I want to see it pop. I want to see it really break out, you know. Can we break it? Giving it 2 more seconds. 1, 2, trying to get out here. Just out for 2 ticks. I really, in case to be right here, so I didn't want to, usually it's not so smart to move after 2 ticks to break even, because you probably would get stepped out, but here it made sense for me because I didn't want to risk a flush back down, maybe be stuck in the trade of eat a full stop, and I wanted to see it break and continue the push, you know, and if we don't get the break, like we didn't, then I'm out. That's also why I counted down my head, and this is like what I expected. So if we don't get the breakout here, those buyers here who hit were stuck, and we're gonna kind of get a pretty decent correction. I even think this correction, it could be the top for a day, or at least go back down into the 30s. Okay. Perfekt.
Maar het is voor toffer, dat kan je niemand tot die is.
Ja, har du
Dat macht er knap.
It's not. So we're probably gonna get a correction at least into the 30-50s to this low node, in my opinion. But I don't want to jump in here short just because we're in a strong uptrend. We don't have any signs that this uptrend is over unless we break the 30s, and we don't have a place to put our stop to. So here it could be an interesting area to short because we had this high volume node here. So 33.75s might be interesting to short, but kind of don't want to because I have all this volume and this mean here, which could pull in and then trade further. Then I'm stuck here in this trade, and I don't want to be stuck in a trade. We do see big sellers hit, a lot of big sellers. So the institutional tape here with the big orders is all red. So yeah. Now we see even more commit. Yeah, like a 40 into the 30s. Yeah, or 31 for now. The question is 30. Yeah, just like I said, 30.75. So this is the area of interest. If we fall through here, this might be the top for today because it's also around the time. So 4:30. Usually, if we have a just uptrending market, very often it's around between 4:15, 4:10, 4:30. So for the first 1.5 hour of trading that we get the uptrend and then the reversal and trade back down. So for now we hit this low node. So like I said earlier, so now at this point I expected the correction back into the 30s. But the question is now if this holds and we're gonna continue an uptrend, or if this fails and we go back down, maybe test the 25s here again, which has this huge volume. So that's the question for now. So we're either continuing up and just stopping out some of the overextended longs on the retailer, or we just going down really and that's the bottom in. So for now we still see big sellers hit here, hit a lot. So the 33s are kind of the interesting point for me now. Yeah, now we see some size hit the 33s. I'm shorting here, trying to get filled on the short side. Yeah. It's a little bit chasing here. But it has a good, we see here an iceberg setting up. We see a strong iceberg setting up. That's kind of good because just in case it breaks, we probably trade down and can get out around here unless they hit like crazy. The iceberg is still holding for now. We have a strong iceberg sitting here. It's reloading like crazy. We're ticking up below it. Now is the question, are they hitting also the bid or not? Are they willing to hit the bid? Still here, still sitting here, already 5,000 contracts absorbed. Still absorbing more. Now it broke. Yeah, that's what I like to see. Trying to get out here. Shit. I should have exited market. Was greedy and tried to get out on limit. That's what happens if you try out to get limit. You can get a tick more, but yeah. Now we're breaking down also. I should have just kept on. Really.
Das ist die ganze Zeit voll oft so.
Ja, das ladet vielleicht nicht so schnell. Das ist sehr viel Daten. So we had this huge iceberg here, the 32s. And now they're also willing to hit below. But this low noded area, the 30s here is still holding. And we do have a lot of buyers are sellers stuck here as well. Also stuck. But they probably didn't take profit yet because this iceberg was very obvious. Yeah, even a blind guy could see this. So if we clear it, which we just did, this might be a push higher. Ah, fuck, should have entered long here. Shitty-o. Why am I... I don't know why my flat button is not working properly. Ah, wait, and I think I maybe know why. Okay. Still going higher here. Probably a lot of people trapped here. Push this. Ah. So we're going higher. So we have a lot of big buys. Thing is, we have a lot of sellers probably stuck here who just joined here and sold here. They're gonna get scared now. They're gonna have their stops around here. So yeah, probably. I mean, it's a pretty wide stop, to be honest, for a retail trader. So I don't know. Maybe not, actually. Maybe it's not right here. He does over 35 fall in. Paid so much in commission already today. Lots of trades. But yesterday I was so hesitant, so I kind of said to myself today I want to be taking a little bit more trades because yeah, I was kind of hesitant yesterday, not pulling the trigger, even though I was right a lot of times. Just not willing to pull the trigger on the trades. So I think we're gonna break high of day, at least for a tick or two, or 3 ticks. So I don't know if we're gonna keep going, but so many people are just stuck here. It would just make sense, even though if this is the top, that they're gonna clean them out at least for 2-3 ticks. But we wanna see how price does. If it gets a clean breakout on good institutional volume. So if it's a good clean breakout with good institutional volume here, and a strong bid as well, so it might be in for another leg. But if it's just like a few ticks and then fall back in, trade inside this bell curve again, it's probably the top for top for now at least. Price is struggling though at the 35s. So it's kind of slowing down here. It's consolidating. It even, if you say you have, so if you pay attention to trend and stuff like this, you even have theoretically a small small break of trend here. If we fall below 35, we have a lower low. Now we have a lower low as well. I might be interested to short of here. Now maybe short the 35s in case we can't do something here. In case we're not popping. We're really not. We're holding above it though. And I think what in general I think is that we want at least one pop before we really turn south, you know. And that's why I'm really hesitant with shorting here, because I really have to risk half day pretty much, and even then I'm not really wrong. So I would have to risk a full stop, which I'm not willing to. The setup is not good enough to risk a full stop on it. for my style at least. Could very well be the top here, but like I said, it's just for my style, not worth risking a full stop. So now we're probably gonna get the break. But is it for a tick or two, or is it for preparing to break here? Bigger bias hitting. We also don't see a lot of volume sitting up here. So that's saying to me like maybe we don't even want to go higher. We broke on volume, yeah. So now are we holding above it or falling back in? Are we holding the 36s? Or are we just falling back in? Are we holding them? Could have ended the breakout as well, but I don't know. Just more like looking for a short, and it's kind of difficult than to look at the same things. Now I'm actually willing to short this because we traded below this. I know I'm risking high of day here. It's a full stop out that I'm risking. But are we picking up speed here? It was a bad entry. It was a bad entry. But the trade is still okay. Like as long as we don't break high of day again, because we fell in my opinion, too much. We fell in too much after the initial break for it to be a real break. So it's indicating to me that it's high of day or shit, I'm wrong. Fuck. I'm gonna get stopped out here. Shit. The entry was kind of bad. I can't always be right. Can't always be right. Nah, but a full stop out hurts. Full stop out hurts. So this is again a skip price. Are we holding here or falling in? It seems to be holding. Might be in for another leg. We see some volume trade here. We also see it break below. I'm kind of chasing here. This is a little bit a bigger play. I don't trust these highs, so I just don't trust them anymore. They don't look like clean breakout follow through trades anymore to me. Yeah. So you see, nothing, everything okay. Could have left it on as well, but was decent. Can't always be right. So I'm kind of proud of myself that even though I was pretty sure we were close to the top or we were like topping out, I kept my stop on. I hit the full stop out. I didn't scale in the trade earlier. And now I took it again. I didn't lose confidence. I took the same trade again. And it paid. Thing is, here would be kind of good place to short 37.50s, but it's once again, like we could go all the way up to the 39s and still be right on the trade. So that's why I don't want to short in here. I would love price to come back to around here or 39ish and to short off that, but it seems like we don't want to go that far. I'm not willing to risk so much either. So now I would love to see them here, like 35 nines, getting rejected here, and then maybe short off of it. Show me some weakness. Big sellers hitting, I'm hitting here. The bid is refilling here, which is not the best sign for me. Now I want to see it fall. I really want to see it fall now. Or I'm out. Yeah, nice. Quickly at the scalp again. Just taking some money here and there, a couple ticks. That's all you need. Could have held for more. Probably will go lower. But like I always preach, take your money and run. Thing is, it's just my trading style like this, so I don't want anyone else to think he has to trade that way or something like this. For me, it works because I've spent so much time reading the order flow and times and sales, so I've become pretty good at predicting the next few seconds, pretty much. So like the next 20-30 seconds, and I'm very often right. At least if it's most of the time it's not a big move, but it's a move, and I know when I'm wrong and I know when I'm right. So that's just my 2 cents here. So it is what works for me, but this again doesn't mean it works for you. It doesn't mean it works for anyone. It's just my trading style. I do pay a lot of commissions though. You can see like I take a shit ton of trades, pay a shit ton of commissions. So we do see some big sellers hit here. So this might be the top for the day. The only thing is, even though these big sellers are hitting like crazy, they're not breaking it. They're not breaking the 37s. They're not breaking the 36s. So we still have some passive buying here around this area. We don't see one aggressive buyer here on the mid-size. On the institutional tape. It seems though like they are done. So the big sellers are done. They wanna take their money and run as well. But the algos are just buying, pretty much non-stop. So it's still a big question mark that's in the air here. My scarcity is in case we do see big buyers come in here, okay? We could be in for another ride because that's just the volume that's holding price down here. So this 30-ish, 35 is pretty strong, obviously. 36s. We do start forming a new bell curve here. But we're getting into lunchtime, so yeah, volume is drying out a bit. Now it seems like we do have some continuation to the downside. And it's just not clean enough to me here to take any trades. It's just pretty much, for me, pretty much still in no one's land, just bouncing around back and forth, up and down. Price hasn't decided, so we're still like, here's the upper end of the bell curve, it's lower end, and we're just like pretty much consolidating within those 4 ticks. Now we do see some sellers pull here as well. Thing is, institutional tape is all red, you know. And they're not getting this price down. So seems like we have very strong, like just refilling on the bid, like refilling, taking it. And then probably want to run it up further. So again, same thing like earlier, and we probably have a lot of people and retail traders stuck here because they thought, oh, the high of day is in, I'm gonna start shorting with a stop just below 42.50, just above 42.50, and so could be very likely that we go up here and break this once again. But 39 seems to hold for now. 39 was also earlier place where it held. We did see some absorption here as well. Now the bid is falling in a bit. The bid is falling in a bit. So, do we see them? Hold here or not? We got the top tick here, but no follow through to 39.25. It seems like 39 wants to hold. But then again, the bid is so strong, I'm not willing to short here either. So I'm just sitting patiently on the sideline for now. We did break this micro channel here and bounced off of it as well. So we were now consolidating inside this range. Technically broke out. Retested this technically twice. Now we got a lower high as well. So it could be breaking out here. I could just take this long with just a 3 tick stop. Be very tight risk. A huge reward. Just not trusting this. I don't see any big buyers interested anymore. The bid is still kind of holding here, so 3080 is holding for now. If this breaks, like we're going down. Very key area now. Mid-size hit hard. Around 100 lots. And the big sellers are really hitting, but they just can't break it. Seems to me. Now we broke it. The 1 tick. Just 1 tick though. They're just taking it and refilling it. Now they can't stay above it. I think now a pullback is met by sellers. Good short here, 37.50 in case we come up. Shorting here. Clicking on the flat button though. I really don't want to see it trade above here once again. I don't want to see it break 38.50, or else I'm looking to exit this trade. For now, I'm still good with it. Still looking for this flush down. I want to get out on the flush down. Yeah. I should have held it again, just a little bit impatient, to be honest. The thing is, this would be a good entry. 38 would be the right entry. My entry was a little bit bad, so I still had to get more risk on than I thought I should have had. So, yeah. No, it's fine. So. At least today I'm very fast on execution. That's what I like. Could hold my winners a little bit longer. Obviously. 36. But you never know. That's the thing. You never know in trading. And I'm rather right a couple ticks more often than I'm not. And this low note here hold. Thing is, sellers unloaded so much contracts here already. So if you look at the institutional tape, like sellers are just piling and unloading. So the big sellers are just selling the shit out of this, and price is not really going down. So mid-size is a good mix, but The big sellers are just hitting it and hitting it and hitting it, you know. So that kind of tells me that today is just another of those days where we have such a strong bid and we just want to grind higher. Now we probably have a lot of shorts as well who already piled in, stuck here if we go higher. So this was a long consolidation here. We pretty much, it's okay. We had, let's say we had this sell off here. People started thinking, okay, this is the top of the day, and started shorting from the lower low here onward. So we pretty much from like six for like 15 minutes or so we've been consolidating pretty much, and like shorting, like people just shorting, and all the people who shorted here in this period probably haven't taken big profits yet, because if you want to short the top you usually look for bigger moves. So those are all just still stuck in the trades, and the first stop's gonna be around 40, you know, so here. And once this stops trigger, they're gonna go to high of day, and then this stops triggers as well, and this could make a little chain reaction to push us into the 50s. Just my 2 cents on the price action for now. Obviously everything can happen, but now we're seeing, like, for the first time, buyers showing some interest here as well again. So it would make a lot of sense for price to to start going higher again. Maybe break high of day, at least 40s. Just makes sense here. But it's really hard for me, like, to enter on a grind higher, because, you know, I like the turns more, and if we just grinding higher, could have should have entered here maybe, but I don't know. I'm not the type of guy who like to grind to enter on higher grinds. Now we see some rejection of the 39s. It's the third time we get rejected here. I think there are a lot of stops here at 40, you know, so I think price wants to go there, to at least test it once, you know, to grab this liquidity. We're seeing it hold for now, but I don't trust. I do think we want to grab this liquidity. I want to see this liquidity being taken here, and maybe this year as well. So could also be just this moving order, but those two liquidities must be taken. So the first one is taken. Now the question remains: are we holding at 40 or not? So we're still trading the 40s. Now we see them pulling, so probably gonna see at least a 41 liquidity being taken. Bigger buyers also hit 40. And even though bigger sellers are hitting the 39.75s, you can see here and here 40, you know, they're not really getting it priced down. So like the bid is absorbing here. You do see bit adding, sellers kind of adding, but also sometimes pulling. Either one of two things probably gonna happen. Either we're gonna blast right through it, or we get a sharp bottom tick and then a blast through it. But I'm pretty sure at this point that we're gonna break this. There's just no more sellers left. Okay, this is the sharp bottom tick now. Now it's the question: do we see them fast retrace here, or do we see big boys commit? If big sellers commit, we're wrong. But they're not really committing here. I'm trying to get long here. I'm gonna move my stop window very tight, not risking much on this trade. Here. Ah, shit. I might be wrong. Fuck. Ah. Okay, so it does seem like we want to hold, yes. Okay, 40 definitely held. It was a big block drop. Could have entered short here. This was they're just running this down. Kinda mad at myself. I really did think we gonna get another at least poke above here. We already traded above. Still, I kind of thought we're gonna get one more. At least I wasn't risking a full stop on it. We could be entering on a pullback here. I really do. Mm. Bid is so strong once again. Mm. We're picking up steam to the downside again. I'm really not super confident in this trade anymore. Maybe I should pull it. Mm. But stop is at a good place though, at least. Mm. I don't like the big buying on the tape. Bad. So I'm gonna stop trading for now. This was bad. So I should have pulled the trade. So I don't know why. Should have pulled it. The entry was a little bit too early as well. So the entry was early, and then I didn't pull it either right away. Thankfully, the stop was at a good place, and it worked out. But yeah, fatigue. Yeah. So okay. That's it for today. I'm stopping now. Just like I said, just because it was, yeah, there was really not good execution here. Yeah, it would have worked out. Yeah, it's gonna go. Would have gone to my target as well here, or even further. Man, who knows? But yeah. So 37.50 would have been the right entry here. Okay. So yeah, that's it from me for now. Have a nice evening. Have a nice day. Whatever. And see you guys tomorrow. Or Monday. Tomorrow's weekend.